What's up, everybody? You are very welcome along to Friday night's late night agenda, which will be our preview show to the Reds game on Monday against West Ham in the Premier League. How are we, ladies and gentlemen? Weekend ahead of us. I hope we're all in fine fettle out there. I'm in absolutely flying form. Looking forward to this one. We've got loads of stuff coming up over the next week or so on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned. Right, what have we got? Let's go in and say hello to some people in the chat. Stephen Booker's in, Brian's in, Leon's in, Mr. Sweeney's in, Thomas McGee's in, Casper's in. All the usual suspects. How are we, ladies and gentlemen? Lovely to have no technical issues tonight. For once, we're able to go live without any issues. Last night was a nut job. Absolute mental last night. Had about 6 attempts, I think, to actually get the stream up and running. But here we are on a Friday, ladies and gentlemen. How are we? Loads to get through. The transfer gossip keeps coming thick and fast. Loads of stuff. Subi's in the house. How are you, Subi? Jack's Page. Kev's in as well. Anna's in. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bit of good news for you, bit of a bonus content. We're going to be decided, last minute stuff, that we're going to cover the Leicester City-Manchester City game tomorrow on the channel. So I hope you can join us for that one. Going to have a little bit of fun. Leicester Man City Watchalong on Hot Mike. Yes, Scotty, look at the man. He's looking. Good man, Scotty. Keeping an eye on Hot Mike, keeping an eye on what games you're signed up for. I love it, buddy. Love the support. Reece said, which player would I like Liverpool to sign? Well, look, mate, I'm not going to lie. You know, hashtag Mbappe 2020 and all that stuff. But realistically, I think Sancho and Werner maybe. But again, we'll get stuck into that as the stream goes on. Calvin Hamilton, how are you, sir? Said, how's the form? I'm flying, mate. I'm feeling really good, thank you. Looking forward to the weekend. Please don't say Grealish is going. Relax, Alfie. We'll get stuck into that, mate. Are you a Villa fan, Alfie? If not, if you are, I think you probably will go in the summer, mate. But all will become clear as the stream goes on. That much I promise you, my mate. Shanzo said, I love Hot Mike. Boom. I actually had a conversation with the CEO of Hot Mike today. I had a video chat with him. And ooh, big times ahead for Hot Mike. Let me tell you, I was chatting to the guys earlier on. And there's a lot to come. I can't give too much away, but my God, the stuff that they're working on. Honestly, the future is bright, ladies and gentlemen, and the future is Hot Mike. Look, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to play you a little 30-second Hot Mike ad to give you a taste. If you don't know what it is, this will give you a taste of it. So, are you ready? Let me know how you think of this. We'll make sure it's all working, tickety-boo and all for you. But here we go. A little preview. So you're going to get a little clip here with myself, the Anfield Rap Lads, Redmen, Lee Chappie, the Football Terrorists. So here we go. Hot Mike have made this. Check it out.
Go on.
Bobby Firmino, edge of the box.
Go on.
Plays off Sadio Mane. Overlap from Robertson. He doesn't need him!
Oh, my God.
Another wasted corner.
There we are as well. We dance like finally.
Oh, that's a great challenge.
Oh, well done, Joe.
Oh, look at it. Oh, look at it.
Go on, Mo. Go on, Mo. Go on, Mo.
Saleh's round the keeper this time. Said you were going to do it.
He scored. Come on. Yeah. Sadio Mane. Go.
So, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Hot Mike is the future. Hot Mike is where sports broadcasting is going. Make sure you download that app. Use the code Anfield Agenda when you do so. Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Big times ahead. Right, anyway, Alfie is a Villa fan. Do you think Samantha will go if Villa go down? If Villa go down, mate, and I don't think they will. I think you'll stay up, Alfie, mate, but I think if they do, worst case scenario, I think you'll be losing a lot of player. The ending, said Leon. Yes, yours truly at the end of the video. Go! That's how we do it, mate. That's how we do it. Kay, how are you? Welcome in. Leon is in as well. Right, so where do you want to start tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Will we go through the predicted 11 for the game against West Ham on Monday, or do you want to get stuck into the sexy transfer stuff? Big man Steve, is it all free? 100%, mate. That's what I keep saying to people. It's a win-win. You get our up-to-date alternative match commentary synced to your television, and it's all 100% free. Free to get the app, free to use it. There is no cost, but you can benefit us massively by downloading that Hot Mic app, putting in the code Anfield Agenda and giving us a follow on there. When we hit 1,000 followers, we're giving away a €50 Amazon gift card. And you know what? We're flying. We're over 700 now, so not too long. So make sure you don't miss out. Download that app. Link in the description below. Put in the code Anfield Agenda. Boom. I won't talk about it again now. We'll push on. Thomas McGee said it's my uncle's birthday. There's a load of birthdays. I swear you lads are codding me at sometimes. But anyway, to Thomas McGee's uncle, happy birthday to you if you're watching. And I don't know if you are or not, but hey, happy birthday anyway. Right, as I pointed out 2 months ago, you need Hot Mic, said Pixel Slapper. Did you change your name? Were you Pixar_NME and change your name, or am I just guessing wrongly? Right, Calvin said can't wait to put Atletico in their place. Yeah, I'm buzzing for this one. It's a long time away, and look, there's a bit to get through. Sexy transfer news. That's what people want. People want the transfer news. Right, so let's get stuck into the transfer news, ladies and gentlemen. So, where do we start with? So, Goal.com reckon that a move to Anfield is Timo Werner's preference, and that Liverpool want to see if he'd be willing to bide his time behind Firmino, Salah and Mane. So I know that this is a topic that when we talk about Timo Werner, a lot of people say, where will he play? Will he get a chance? Will he get the opportunity? Well, Goal.com, who are a very, very reputable and good site, they reckon that Werner wants to come to Anfield. You guys heard Werner's comments recently yourself after Leipzig's victory over in London. He was talking about Liverpool as the best club in the world and how it's, really flattering to be linked with the club. Well, it looks like Liverpool too want him to come here, but, say here like I'm fucking sitting in the stadium, but it seems that they want to make sure that he's comfortable knowing that he's going to be fighting for a place, knowing that he's got Firmino, Salah, Mane, the likes of those players ahead of him. And you know what? At 23 years of age, I think he will be comfortable with it. I think that he'll understand. He'll get plenty of opportunities. There'll be plenty of freshening up to do by Klopp during the season. Players going to need a rest. And I think it's okay. I think Werner will understand that as well. So, for me, I keep saying it, I'm 70% on this one. I'm 70%. But I don't want to say anything too much because, hey, look, I'm just a fan. What do I know? Not even kidding, it's my birthday on Tuesday. Remind me on Tuesday, mate. We'll probably be doing a stream, and I will, of course, say happy birthday to you, buddy. Is I'm Spartacus allowed? Yes, mate. You be Spartacus. You be Spartacus. You be you. How much is Werner going to cost? Asked Nino Smith. Look, as things stand, Nino, mate, there is a release clause in Timo Werner's contract of €60 million. Now, if stories are to be believed, and there's a lot of them out there saying pretty much the same thing, that clause has to be triggered before the end of April. So keep an eye on this space. I'd imagine we're going to see or hear something pretty soon. But I don't think Liverpool are going to be alone in their interest in Timo Werner. Somebody of that calibre for a striker for €60 million, 52 million quid. That seems entirely reasonable to me. So I reckon that we're going to have to keep an eye on this one. And I think that Michael Edwards, Klopp and the recruitment team are probably doing the business behind the scenes as things stand, because we know we don't let the grass grow. We know that we like to get a transfer business done as early as possible. So keep an eye on this one. Keep in the back of your mind that April date is there with regard to the release clause. Kent Coastal Holiday Less, thank you for the super chat, Carl. Said Diet Coke on me. Cheers to you, sir. Thank you very much. I've changed up the lighting a little bit today, ladies and gentlemen, so I don't look as pale. I've gone for a mixture of warm and cold lighting today in the spotlight, so I hope I look a little bit more human. Sometimes I look at myself and I go, I really do look like the White Malteser, or I really do look like Uncle Fester. But in real life, I'm not that pale. So today I've mixed up the lighting a bit. Right, so what do we think on Timo Werner? You're my favourite YouTuber, said he. So thank you, is it Mrs. or Mr. Hussein? Either way, thank you very much. Right, what have you got? More transfer news, and there is a lot to get through, ladies and gentlemen. So, Calcio Mercato believe that Liverpool are interested in signing Vasco da Gama striker Talish Magno. The article in the Echo also says that Serie A trio Juventus, Lazio and Roma are also interested in this player, who I believe played at under 17 level for Brazil. Am I going to pretend that I know much about this dude? No, of course I'm not. But my job is to go out there, find all these transfer stories and bring them to you guys and get a consensus and see what you guys think. Thomas Games said, I followed you on Hot Mic. You are a legend, sir. Thank you. I hope you use the code Anfield Agenda on sign up. Autumn Sunset, said Stephen Booker. I like it, mate. Has anybody seen or heard anything, realistically now, don't give me bullshit, on this Talish Magno guy? What I'm worried about here is, if Liverpool are genuinely interested, how do we bring him in? Because we've seen before when we brought in the Alan de Sousa kid, it's very difficult to get a work permit. So bringing these guys across at that age particularly, I don't know, maybe one if we were to buy we'd loan out again. But as I said, Juventus, Lazio and Roma also seem to be interested in the guy. Steve B said, think we'll buy him. I don't know if that's in relation to Werner or this kid. It's probably Werner, Steve. Dave Smith said, Werner, great player. Are we signing Todd Cantwell? We're definitely monitoring him from what I can read about Dreamer Cold. And he's somebody that when we played against Norwich recently, I was singing his praises during the game. He's a very tidy footballer. Obviously playing on that left side for Norwich as things stand. Very tricky winger. So they've brought through Maddison and moved him on. And Cantwell looks like the next big thing to come through that Norwich system. So I think we're keeping an eye on him. There have been a few articles out there to suggest that Liverpool genuinely do have an interest in Todd Cantwell. I think he is definitely one for the future. 30 million, 35 million's number being thrown around, which again seems entirely reasonable for me. But I have to say, I like the look of Cantwell. I really do. I think he could end up being a bargain in the long run. He might not have maybe the same ceiling as the likes of Jadon Sancho or that, but he's still a very, very tidy player who, with Klopp's coaching, could be improved massively. I'm a rocker. Horror stories by Ahmed said, I'm from Pakistan. Welcome, my friend. Lovely to have you with us. We're still in the hunt for Adama Traore. I don't think, Riley, that we were ever in that hunt, mate. From what I believe, we were never in the hunt for Adama Traore. He's having a great season with Wolves, and he's at a club where the system is set up to get the most out of Adama. So why not stay there? Why not stay there? He's still young enough. He's done some tremendous development this season. I think stay there. I think if I'm him, stay there. Same way I've said to you guys around Maddison, if I'm representing James Maddison, I'm telling him to stay at Leicester. Stay right where he is for the time being. Brian said, where is Brian's comment gone? Let me come back and scroll that back. I'm pretty sure we'll sign GREALISH. We've always signed the best relegated player. Oh, low blow from Brian. We know he knows there's a Villa fan in the chat and he's already trying to undermine him. Bull Brian. Be nice, Brian. Play nice. I think Cantwell could be a great central attacking mid, said Leon Khan. Certainly has the look about him of somebody who could play in the kind of Kai Havertz position, mate. In behind the front three. I like him. Tidy, quick feet, good player, still young, Premier League experience, and definitely one that I'd like to see us keeping an eye on, especially for that kind of price range. Yibber said, we need GREALISH, and I think he'd be a star for us. Right, I'm not going to stop, mate. I'm going to keep going and go straight into the GREALISH story. So, Gabriel Agbonlahor believes that Jack GREALISH can do so much better than Manchester United and has urged Jack to join Liverpool instead. Speaking to Bet O'Clock, which is, by the way, a great name for a site, Agbonlahor said, I'm not just saying this as I've played with him, but I honestly think he is the best attacking midfield option that England have got at this current time. That's why when people say GREALISH to Manchester United, he could do so much better than that, and he could walk into any team in the world, even Barcelona or Juventus. For where Manchester United are now, he could go to a better team around the world, so he doesn't need to limit himself to just United and focus on teams who are playing in the Champions League. He's the missing piece that a lot of teams need right now. I watch Liverpool and they're an outstanding team, but they're missing a player like him. There are a lot of teams that he'd walk into. It's down to Villa to have the resolve to reject bids for them as they grow as a club, because they're a team that shouldn't be fighting relegation. They'll stay up this season and they'll look to climb the table next year. So, very high praise indeed from Gabriel Agbonlahor there for Jack GREALISH, who he believes is too good for United. And you know what? I kind of understand where he's coming from. Look, United are always going to be a big club. There's no denying that. They're always going to be able to pay really good wages, and they're always going to be a club that will attract some players. But if they don't get into the Champions League again this season, would GREALISH realistically take a punt at Manchester United, particularly if the big clubs really do come in from? I mean, other big clubs. Let's say City have a look, Liverpool have a look. I don't know, is the honest answer. Now, do I think we'll sign Jack GREALISH? No, I don't. But the fact that Gabriel Agbonlahor thinks he's too good for United, I do like that sly little dig, which is one of the reasons I wanted to bring you guys the story. But I've heard other players talking about Jack GREALISH as well, other former players linking him to Liverpool. I haven't seen the media really link him so much, and I'd be very intrigued as well to see what type of price you'd be talking about for a player like Jack GREALISH. Now, again, I want to put this over to you guys and see what you guys think. Jack GREALISH, yes or no? Do we need, don't need? Realistic? Agbonlahor was a trash player anyway. Leon getting a little bit upset there because he's a United fan. Doesn't like Gabby Agbonlahor talking down his club. I like it, mate. I like that you're defending your club. Well in. Uncle Grinder said GREALISH is still physically weak but has skills and vision. Any ideas why you're not coming up on Hot Mic for me? I absolutely should be, mate. So look, let me open the app right now while I'm on the stream. If you go onto Hot Mic, open up the app, click on that right hand side, click on the word broadcasters, and then scroll down and you'll see Anfield agenda. We're about the 8th and 9th one down, and just click on the follow button. Boom, there you go. But make sure you use the code Anfield agenda and sign up as well. And if you've any issues, mate, please do let me know and I'll make sure I find us for you. Don't you worry about that, my friend. Evening everybody. Henderson's out for 3 weeks. Pat, we'll get into that a little bit later on, mate, but yes, you are right, he is out for around 3 weeks. Does GREALISH care about playing in the Champions League or the Europa League? Yes, I suppose. All players want to play at the highest level, Casper, and he's actually blown me away this season, if I'm being honest, Jack Grealish. I didn't rate him as highly as I do right now. At the start of the season, if you offered me Maddison or Grealish, I would have taken Maddison every day of the week, but having seen the season progress, they're really good players, both of them. I just don't see Jack Grealish at Liverpool. I just don't, if I'm being honest about it. I think with Curtis Jones there, with the other options that we have available to us, with the likes of Cantwell probably available for a much cheaper fee. Yeah, it's difficult to say because look, he is a good player. There's no doubt about that. Jack Grealish is a good player, having a wonderful season. Any of you that play Fantasy Premier League will know the points that he's adding up for you guys. What have we got? Cool Shot said, yeah, I'm already following, but the stream isn't coming up. What stream? This stream isn't on Hot Mic, mate. We only do the match watch-alongs on Hot Mic. All our late night agendas and stuff like that, buddy, we just do on here. So, yeah, tomorrow when we're doing the Leicester versus City game, that'll be on Hot Mic, mate. We're scheduled there as well, so I hope you can find us on there. But yeah, late night agendas, we just do on here. Sorry if I confused you with that one. That's probably my bad. So, Man United don't need Grealish because of Bruno Fernandes, said Casper. They do. They do, mate. They need more creativity in midfield, regardless of the fact that they brought in Bruno Fernandes. Grealish is much better than Maddison, said Brian Morrissey. What are the chances of signing Mbappe? I would, at a guess, and of course, mate, it is just a guess because I am but a mere fan like you guys as well. Less than 10%, I would say. What have we got? Leon said, Craig, be kind of hurt if you join Liverpool, especially after betraying Ireland. Yeah, yeah, him and Rice, they both didn't do Ireland any favours, mate. But look, hey, there's no point in holding a grudge. You've no need to apologise, Cool Shot, mate. It's probably my fault. I probably didn't describe it correctly. Right, so what have we got on that? We've moved on this one. A couple of fixture changes as well to talk about. So one of these actually include the game that I'm going over to. So 3 fixture changes for the Reds with the latest round of television schedules. The Manchester City game against Liverpool is now on April the 5th, which is a Sunday, and it's a 4:30pm kickoff. So the reason I'm giving out this information is because maybe like myself, you're travelling to the game, you're looking to book hotels, that type of stuff, or maybe trains. So Manchester City versus Liverpool has been moved until the 5th of April, 4:30pm kickoff on a Sunday. Liverpool's game at home against Aston Villa, the one that myself and Connor are travelling over to, that has been moved until April the 12th, which is a Sunday, also a 4:30pm kickoff. And the Reds travel to Brighton, now moved to April the 20th, which is a Monday 8pm kickoff. Now, first couple of fixtures, I believe, could be moved if we progress in the Champions League. Probably back to the Saturday at a guess, but I still don't know. If you want to have more information on this, the Echo have it, the club side have it. Where else did I get this? Sky Sports have it up there as well. So Manchester City versus Liverpool, April the 5th, 4:30pm on a Sunday. Liverpool at home to Villa, April the 12th, also 4:30pm on a Sunday. And Brighton's game at home to Liverpool is April the 20th, Monday, 8pm as things stand. I think that Brighton-Liverpool game is dependent on the FA Cup progress as well. So again, if you're going to the games, keep an eye out for the latest updates. Cool Shot 25 said Grealish is doing really well on my Fantasy Premier League team. Yibber, how are you, buddy? Said Craig, I don't know if you remember me, but I think Grealish would be the missing piece in our midfield. I absolutely do remember you, mate. You've got a really beautiful name in Yibber there, so I like saying it. So yeah, I do remember you. And thank you for the super chat. And again, I'm not denying that he's a really cool player. The thing for me, Yibber, about him is how much would it cost to get Grealish out of Villa after the season that he's having? I don't know. What do you guys think? How much is Grealish worth? Or maybe you guys have seen Grealish linked to other clubs and a figure being thrown about. So let's I don't even want to put a figure on it because I genuinely don't know. But the reason that I'm saying the likes of Cantwell and stuff like that is I think there may be better value out there. Dreamer Cole said, downloading Hot Mic. Boom. Code Anfield agenda, mate. All one word, all caps. Don't let me down. When we get to 1,000 on there, ladies and gents, giveaway as well. So loads of stuff coming up. Why can't Grealish fit into Liverpool? He can fit into Liverpool, Casper. Nobody said he couldn't, mate. 40 million, Eunice reckons. 50 million for Yibber. The great thing about Grealish is that he's a leader, said Leon Can. And yes, I would agree with you on that one. Honey Bunny reckons 45 to 65 mil. Phil Lindsay, 80 mil. Kieran Bailey's lost the plot altogether. God bless you, Kieran. He's gone for 180. Jack's page, do you remember me? Of course, Jack. You're in all the time, mate. Mohammed said Grealish about 55 or 60 million. 45 million for Casper, 60 for Juan Kerr. 42 million. I love how precise you were there, Leon. Sean said our midfield is packed as it is. And that is true to an extent, Sean, but is it packed with creativity? So if you're looking for creativity from our midfield, immediately Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain probably spring to mind. Yes, you could also make an argument for Gini and Hendo in there, but we are lacking that player at times. And that player I thought would be Naby Keita. Keita would be that type of Jack Grealish player for me, on the front foot, tricky in and around the box, good engine on him as well, lots of creativity. But we just haven't been able to see Naby Keita progress and flourish and have enough games, really. But I can understand your argument, mate. Not even an argument, your point of view. Rachel said, Craig, are you getting paid for Hot Mic streams? Just wondering because I love the app and I hope it gets bigger. And also it's easy to download and use. Yes, of course, we are making money from Hot Mic, absolutely. We make money from people downloading the app. We make money from people using our code. We make money from you guys following us on there as well. And sharing the streams. Yes, absolutely. And the beauty of it is, you guys are giving us and helping us with that financially without even having to put your hand in your pocket because the app is free. That's why I'm pushing it so hard. As well as, I'm a fan of the app. I use the app myself because I can't stand the boring ass commentary on television. Nothing worse than listening to BT or any of that shit and having to listen to Michael Owen's dull, boring voice monotonously ruining a game of football for you. So, if you're like me and you like a bit of passion in your fan commentary or in your match commentary, that's what Hot Mic is for. So, as I said, there's loads of options on there. It's not just for football. If you're a fan of NFL, if you're a fan of hockey, if you're a fan of political debates, they even cover the Oscars. It is just basically live broadcasting, live podcasting, live commentary on this one unique, fantastic app. And also, when you're using the app for games, they pump it in match noise as well in the background, so you get crowd noises and stuff like that. There's no delays on the app. The biggest pitch on the app is the sync button. That is the real gem of the app. So when you're listening to it, and let's say you're on here, how many times have we been on these streams when we're doing watch-alongs of games where there's a spoiler in the chat? So a goal, a penalty, an offside, a VAR review, something that you're a little bit behind, and then all of a sudden it's ruined on you because you see it in the chat. With Hot Mic, you can sync our commentary to your TV or stream, meaning that it listens. The app actually, you press a button, it listens to your TV, then tells you when it's synced, you click it again, and then there's no more spoilers because there's a live chat function on there as well. Honestly, this thing and the money that's behind it, you will soon be hearing a lot more about Hot Mic, which is why we wanted to get in there early. So get over there and download that app, ladies and gents. Right, Brian Morrissey reckons 45 million plus Harry Wilson. Ooh, I like the Wilson. I like the Wilson idea, Brian. That's cheeky. I like that. Wilson to Villa and we'll take Grealish. I do like that idea, Mr. Morrissey. Craig, any updates on Wijnaldum and his contract? No, mate, not that I've read, other than the only hold-up seems to be that the length of contract. Sorry, I got distracted by a comment. The length of contract with him being over 30 years of age, I don't think it's going to be an issue with regards to, both of us agreeing it, or the wages or the vision of the club or any of that stuff, or game time. I think it might purely come down to the length of contract. And I hope sincerely that they find a way of sorting it out, because to go out there and replace a player like Gini Wijnaldum would cost an obscene amount of money. He is Mr. Consistency. And I hope, sincerely, really, really do hope that Gini extends his contract. I love having him at the club. Yusuf said, Craig, Oxlade-Chamberlain or Keita needs to start and will beat Atletico. Do you agree? Yes, I absolutely agree, Yusuf. In fact, the team that I'm going for today, and I'll do it in a couple of minutes in my preview of the West Ham game. The team that I've picked is the same one that I'd like to see take the field against Atletico. Yes, Craig, just looked on Hot Mic. You're doing Leicester versus Manchester City tomorrow evening. I am indeed, Joey. Well spotted, my friend. Yeah, we're covering that game tomorrow, just for a bit of fun. So we're going to be on here and Hot Mic, but we will be deleting the stream on YouTube once it's over. The reason we're doing it on both is because we can get people onto YouTube and then say, hey, come over here and check this out. So, yes, we are doing that game tomorrow. Going to be starting at about 15 minutes before the game kicks off. So again, another chance for you to jump on Hot Mic and see what it's all about. What's your Hot Mic username? Anfield Agenda. Of course, we're not a user on there, mate. We're a broadcaster. So check out the broadcaster tab on the right hand side. What have we got? Do you think we can convince Werner to come as rotation, said Benjamin? Yes, I do, mate. Purely because he can play in any of the 3 forward positions, and we've got so many games. And let's not forget, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, and potentially Naby Keita all going to be gone away as well for the AFCON. Now, I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that we're only going to look at signing someone like Timo Werner to cover the AFCON, but it just gives you an example of we will probably be down 2 of our 3 starting forwards for that month to 6 weeks. So, yes, I do think he can absolutely be convinced. He can be convinced that he can develop at Liverpool, that if he comes to a club like Liverpool, he doesn't have to come in and be the main man. He doesn't have that pressure on those young shoulders of his straight away. At 23 years of age, he's still got developing to do. So I think it's ideal for him. Come into Liverpool, get rotated in, get a bit of game time, get used to the system, get used to the league, bang in goals, play in front of the Kop. I think the Werner thing is genuinely a win. And a few more wins along the way as well. Look, I want to take a second, ladies and gentlemen, to say thank you, because I don't know what it is, but over the last week or so, we've received a load of lovely posts and messages and stuff from people just to say how much they enjoy the streams and how much they love the community aspect of it and stuff like that. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that, because the reason we receive these is because of you guys. It's because of our subscribers on here, because of the lovely way you treat each other and everybody else. So just want to pass on the kind messages that we've received and let you guys know that people appreciate the kind of great people that you are, as of course do we, myself and Connor. Craig, is it true that TalkSport tried to block YouTube watch-alongs? I haven't got a fucking clue. Neil, I haven't got a clue, mate, but TalkSport can kiss my ass either way. So, yeah, TalkShy can do one as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, even if they try, I don't know how they could try and block it, to be fair. I mean, who the fuck are TalkSport? I don't know. Yeah, who are TalkSport to dictate fan content? So, yeah, I don't know. I've never heard that story before, but interesting. Ian Greenstreet, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Hey, Craig May, had a family time. I've missed a lot. Don't worry, buddy. We've loads of time left. We're only about half an hour into the stream. Barry Aiken said, would you take Saka from Arsenal as a backup for Robbo? It's interesting you talk about that, mate, because, again, that's another topic that I wanted to talk about. So, we mentioned last night that he has 18 months left on his Arsenal contract, Saka. And a couple of people are saying that Liverpool should be in there sniffing around looking to try and get a deal done. From what I'm led to believe, I think he's on about $3,000 a week at Arsenal. And for a player that's breaking through and doing as well as he has, Arsenal are going to be looking to tie him down to an extended contract really soon. But clubs like Liverpool will be sniffing around, Manchester City will be sniffing around, and I'm sure plenty of clubs in Europe as well. So it's definitely a player to keep an eye on. 18 months left does put him in the danger zone. So what do Arsenal do if he doesn't sign a new deal? Do they cash in the summer, or do they get that last season out of him? Either way, I think Saka is an interesting one. Not one that I know too much about, because I don't watch too much of Arsenal's games, but one that people that I know that have watched the guy, they rate him very highly. So keep an eye on it. I've no idea. I haven't got a clue about price, but I've definitely seen stuff to say that Liverpool are interested, or at least monitoring the Saka situation, with the fact that he only has 18 months left on his current Arsenal deal. Yibber, thank you for the super chat, mate. You're very kind. Right, what have we got? So, great to see so many silver shields as well, by the way. Joanne, I can see yours has changed to silver as well. So thank you to everyone that signed up to memberships on the channel as well. I think we're only like 17 members away from 200 members of Anfield Agenda FC, which, again, is amazing. Thank you for that support. It is only 99p. Hit that join button if you want to become the newest member and use all those cool emojis that Mr. Crosby made. Have you ever had somebody famous in a stream before? Well, yes, but it depends what you call famous. So for me, I got to interview Graham Hunter, and Graham Hunter is my idol when it comes to making content. Graham Hunter and Guillaume Balaguer are two people that I grew up watching Spanish football and stuff on Sky Sports, and I got to interview both of them on the channel. The videos are up there as well. We were at the launch of La Liga TV last month in London, and yeah, got a nice extended interview with Graham Hunter, and I'm trying to schedule Graham Hunter actually to come back on for a preview of the second leg against Atletico, but keep an eye on this space, because yeah, I've kept in contact with Graham, and what a fella, what a man. And if you don't listen to the big interview, Graham Hunter's podcast, get your ass in gear and check it out. It's absolutely amazing, and of course free as well. We should play 4-2-3-1 more often, with Firmino in the central attacking mid role and Werner as a striker. Origi can be back up for Werner, and Minamino for the wingers and the central attacking midfield role, said Eunice. Sam, oh, it's a bit scary seeing 5 of my bald heads in a row there. Joanne, look at you. One of each, Joanne. Well in, mate. Well in. One of each of them. Saka with a nice cross for the assist. Keegan. You go silver in the second month of membership. Yes, you do mad content. And then you go gold in the fourth month of membership. And you go red, which is the beautiful proper colour, in the 6th month of membership. But yeah, again, we're so happy that you guys have signed up. We're working on something for the Ultra members as well, because we understand the members that pay $4.99 a month, they do get access to our Discord group, but we're working on something else for you guys as well, because we understand the jump from 99 to $4.99. We appreciate it. It makes a massive difference to us. So for our Ultra members, don't worry, we haven't forgotten about you guys. We're going to make sure that you get something special as well. Casper, what has that got to do with anything, mate? You said you've got an autistic son, as do I, my friend, but I don't understand. You say, what should I do? Mate, I'm sorry, but I've no idea what you're talking about here. Yeah, sorry, mate. I'm genuinely, I want to, interact and help out here, but I've no idea what you mean. I have an autistic son, what should I do? Enjoy him, love him, care for him, have fun with him, let him flourish. Yeah, I mean, my son teaches me stuff every single day. I couldn't imagine not having Lucas, my little dude. He's great. I love him. Of course I love him. He's my son, but he teaches me stuff all the time. Anyway. I'm gonna... Do you know what, Casper? I'm on the edge with you here, buddy, honestly. I think, I don't know. I'm very close to blocking you on the channel, Casper, because there's too much stuff coming that I don't think is legit for me, mate. Yusuf said, Craig, did you see how empty the Empty-Had was versus West Ham, even by Manchester City standards? I didn't see it personally, Yusuf, but loads of people were telling me about it. But look, there is a reason why we nicknamed it the Empty-Had, and it's not because once in a blue moon there isn't a lot of people there. Quite often there are big groups of empty seats there. Did you see Nevesh's goal last night? Said Sean O'Donnell. Oh, mate. So for those of you that didn't see the goal, I'm going to try and talk you through it. So Adama Traore goes down the right hand side, floats across into the box. It's cleared away by Espanyol, and it drops about 30 yards out onto the chest of Ruben Neves, who chests it and volleys it in one movement straight into the top corner. It honestly, we know he has it in his locker, but even by Ruben Neves' standards, that was an unbelievable goal last night. Ridiculously good. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're enjoying the stream and you haven't yet subscribed, please do take a second, hit that subscribe button. We're heading towards 40k by the end of the season, hopefully. We need your love and support to get there. And as I said the other night, once we do hit 40,000 subscribers, we're going to give one of our subscribers a €50 Amazon gift card as well, as a little thank you and a little bit of giving back, because we want to give back. We love doing giveaways on the channel, and next season we're going to be doing even more giveaways on the channel. Usually we give away shirts and stuff like that, but with the season coming to its end, we don't want to give away a shirt that's going to be out of date. But next season, through the summer, start of the season, keep an eye out, because we want to give back. The more success we have as a channel, we think it's only right that we give back to you guys who put us in this position. So keep hitting that button and give us a thumbs up on the stream as well. What's the predicted lineup? Good man, Yusuf. You guys do my job for me, to know that. Absolutely amazing. Right, here we go. You ready? Here's my prediction for the game against West Ham, for the starting 11 and for the score. So 3, 2, 1. There we go. Right, so as you can see, I've gone balls out for the score prediction. I've gone for a 3-0 win for the Reds. And I think that's genuine. Sometimes I try and be a little bit more respectful to the away team or whatever, but West Ham aren't in a good place right now. And I think Liverpool are going to want to lay down a marker after that disappointment in midweek against Atletico. And I think we're going to go for it. I think Sadio's going to want to prove something, and I think we're going to absolutely destroy West Ham on Monday night under the lights at Anfield. For the starting 11 for my team for this game, I've gone for Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson. So the back five is, as expected. Now the bad news is Jordan Henderson has been ruled out for around 3 weeks with that hamstring injury that he picked up, meaning that he is a massive doubt even for the second leg against Atletico. So bearing that in mind, the midfield that I've gone for this game is Fabinho, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Gini Wijnaldum. I think they're the three that will also play against Atletico, in my opinion, and they're the three midfielders that I'd like to see in this game. Fabinho obviously in that holding role, and then Gini and Wijnaldum more as box-to-box attacking midfielders, giving us more options and a little bit more creativity that was massively missing at times against a very good, very well drilled, very defensively astute Atletico team. And then up front, of course, I've gone for the big three: Mane, Salah and Bobby Firmino. As the goal scorer predictions for the game, I've got to go with one for midfield. I've got a sneaky feeling maybe Gini Wijnaldum might bag himself a goal, and then pick any two from the three forwards. So maybe a goal each for Salah and Mane. I don't know. But I think the other two goals will come from the front three. So again, 3-0 prediction for me. Liverpool to beat West Ham at home on Monday night. I don't see anything but 3 points and another step closer to the Reds lifting that Premier League title. 4 to go if we win this one on Monday night, ladies and gents. Just 4 more to go. Minimum, or maximum, excuse me, I should say, if the Reds keep on winning. And also, it'll be another step towards that 49-game unbeaten record currently held by Arsenal, which I think, if my memory serves me correct, the Reds would have a chance of putting right against Manchester City at the Etihad. A game that, as I mentioned earlier, has been moved to the Sunday 4:30pm kickoff on, I think, the 5th of April, if my memory serves me correct. But just go back and check earlier on in the stream just to double check on that one. I can absolutely understand, by the way, why people would have Naby Keita in the team. I could understand why people would have Jimmy Milner in the team. But for me, I just think with Klopp talking about a rhythm, and Klopp talking about consistency, and Klopp talking about the fact that he likes players to be, ticking over. And I think with this game against Atleti to come, I only see a strong 11 for this game. So again, just to run through it: Alisson, Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Chamberlain, Gini Wijnaldum, and then Mane, Salah and Bobby Firmino, and a 3-0 win for the Reds. So again, that's my predictions. Love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. And if you're watching this later on as well, make sure to give a thumbs up on the video. Right, what have we got? 4-0 said Lars Magnussen. 4-0 for Liverpool FC. Subi said Craig, I'd go Minamino for Chamberlain or for Gini. I might put Milner in instead of Chamberlain today in Green Street. What time is the match? On Monday, Callum, 8 p.m. What have we got? What else have we got? Ella's going. Oh, just saying hello. Hi Ella, how are you? 4-0 for Liverpool FC. Scotty's thinking Minamino versus Madrid. I don't know. I don't know, buddy. Yeah, I don't know how much we'll see of Takumi this season. I know that he played early on. He played against Everton and then he played again against Shrewsbury. I just don't know. I don't know how much Klopp will introduce him or how much he'll look to kind of get him ready for next season. Maybe he'll introduce him from the bench here or there, play him in the FA Cup. I guess only time will tell. Paul Fallon said, this summer is going to bankrupt some teams. We don't need anyone for next summer. Don't need any more big money signings. I think you should always be looking to add 1 or 2, Paul, every summer to freshen things up, to increase competition. Let's not forget, mate, we're probably going to be losing Lallana, whose contract runs out. Kleiny's contract runs out. Shaqiri may well move on. Dejan Lovren may well move on. There's talk that Adrian may well move on. So with those players, mate, you're going to have to bring in players to replace them. So I think we will see a little bit of business this summer. Who would be captain? Van Dijk, I would say, mate. In that team, Van Dijk. If Milner doesn't play, obviously with Henderson being injured, I would guess that Virgil van Dijk will get the armband, but it is just a guess. Yuber said, should I triple captain Mane? Mate, I am horrendous at Fantasy Premier League. Absolutely dog shite. So don't ask me for opinions on this one, mate. I'm terrible at it. Red for Life said, Matip's a great player, but Joe is doing such a great job. It would be hard to leave him out and ages on his side. Yeah, look, Gomez, again, just to give you a stat that I picked up the other day, Gomez and Van Dijk have conceded 1 goal in 990 minutes of Premier League football since Joe Gomez has come back into that team. That is ridiculous. That shows you how consistent this back 5 has been, if you include the goalkeeper. And Gomez, alongside Van Dijk, has been a massive part of that. But you're right, mate, we are blessed to have Matip as well, who, when he came in, was exceptional. So, yeah, it's a win-win. And the fact that Joel signed that new long-term contract as well not so long ago is nothing but good news for the club. So, DLD Unlimited said, Craig, who do you think will get relegated from the Premier League? You're saying Norwich, Villa and Bournemouth. I honestly haven't got a clue. Because 1 week... Well, Norwich, I think, yeah. I agree with you on that one, mate. I think they're a little bit too far away. Villa, I have a feeling Villa will scrape their way out of it. But this season looks like there's so many teams close bunched together. It's difficult to say, so I'm going to sit on the fence, mate, and be an absolute coward about it. Sorry. Confino said Lallana will be a huge loss for us because of his creativity and skill. Yes, but I think we've maybe moved not past Lallana, but when Klopp came into the team or to the club, Lallana was so vital to what we do. Himself and Firmino were so important in our press, so important in everything that we do, and so much of the play went through them. But as we've gone on and Lallana's picked up injuries and Father Time has started to catch up with him a little bit, you get to see less and less from him. And one of the critiques, if you remember when Lallana came to Liverpool, was that he couldn't last 90 minutes. Klopp kind of got that out of him. Klopp increased his levels of fitness, but I think it's probably the right stage for Lallana to move on. But again, go with, of course, all of our best wishes and good luck to him. How's it, Craig? Said Drew Branch. Great, mate. Absolutely great. It's the weekend. Do you know what I mean? The weekend. Norwich, West Ham and Bournemouth. Barry reckon for relegation. Jay Dave said Grealish could genuinely be world class. But he said he's a turncoat, the same as Rice. Obviously an Irish fan like myself. Give Trent a rest and put Milner at right back. Will he need a rest though, Ibrahim, mate? Because we've had 6 days since the game against Atletico. By the time this game comes around, that's quite a long time for them to get a bit of R&R. And we're only after the winter break as well, so I don't think Trent needs a rest, if I'm being honest. I think, he's had enough time off. They had that week's break, 6 days between games. I think he'll be alright, personally. The new King Harry's prediction is 3-1, Salah, Mane and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain to score. Would I sell Keita in the summer? Not a fucking chance, mate. Not a chance. I don't get why people are writing off Naby Keita. I think I really like him, and I'm going to keep backing him. I understand people that are a little bit frustrated with the injuries, but that's not his fault. The player, I think, is top quality, and I think will prove any doubters wrong in the long run. But again, this is a forum where everybody has different opinions, mate, and I respect your opinion. Keegan said Fury versus Wilder today. Well, you might be a little bit ahead of us, mate, but yeah, it's Saturday night, and I will be watching that one as well. I couldn't take Grealish, too much dislike for switching to England, said Ella. When we let Lallana leave, would you like Curtis Jones to come through or move in for Cantwell, like the rumours are saying? It's a double-edged sword because I'm being a greedy fucker here, mate, and I want both. So I absolutely think Curtis Jones will be a mainstay of this Liverpool first team squad from this summer forward, pretty much, and rightly so. But I also think Cantwell is a potential superstar, and I wouldn't mind us going for him now. Whether we go in from or not, I said I don't know. It's all up in the air, but yeah, it is tough. And these are the decisions that Jurgen Klopp has to make. So not just with Curtis Jones, we have to think about Harvey Elliott. We have to think about Ryan Brewster, who of course is currently on loan at Swansea. And also, we were talking about Caoimhín Kelleher recently. It seems like, from what I've been reading, Caoimhín Kelleher could well go out on loan next season. And there's loads of talk as well about Karius coming back to the club. I'm sure you've seen this. I don't know what's going on at Besiktas, but it flip-flops, and flip-flops again. 1 minute he's staying, next minute he's coming back. Now he's staying, coming back. It looks like he's going to come back in the summer. I don't think he'll stay at Liverpool if he does come back. I think the club will look to move him on. If he does come back, I can't imagine he'll be anything more than a third choice goalkeeper, if I'm being honest. Yibber said Jones will be class. He's got huge potential. Brian said Waterford just got beat 2-0 by Bowes. There you go. It is what it is, Brian. Welcome to the League of Ireland. Dave Sweeney said, do you think it's a worry about our away form in Spain? We could get Barca or Madrid. We keep leaving to the crowd at Anfield. Yeah, and not just that, mate. We lost as well away against Napoli earlier on in the season in the Champions League. Our away form in Europe and last season in the group stages as well hasn't been great. There's no denying that, mate. And you're right, we have been leaving it to Anfield, but thank Christ we're able to leave it to Anfield. The game against Barcelona last year away from home, I know we lost the game 3-0, so for me to say, Dave, that it wasn't a 3-0 game is kind of a ridiculous statement, and I understand that. But I think you understand where I'm coming from when I say we didn't deserve to lose that game 3-0. we played really, really well over there. And although we could have lost to 4-0 if Dembele scored, we could have also lost 3-1 if Mo had taken his chance at the time. So, yeah, it is a worry. I won't lie. It is a worry our away form in Europe. But I'm sure Jurgen Klopp's well aware of this as well. Right, what else have we got? If you love Lallana, set him free, said Riley McLaren. Set him free. Well, it looks like we're going to have to set him free, mate. His contract's up at the end of the season. I can hear from my house the fans never stopped, said Brian. Oh, the Waterford game. Yes, I keep forgetting that you live in Waterford and not Wexford, Brian. How dumb am I? So, J. Dave said, Kato would be great in a more central midfield role as opposed to left or right because of his movement and twists and turns. Have a look at his style of play and let me know what you think. I'm a massive fan of his, mate, and I agree with what you're saying. Almost in a number 10 role, if in behind our front three. Absolutely, because he is very tricky in and around the box, mate. He does like a shot and he knows where the goal is, so you're not going to get much of an argument from me on that one, Jay. I just want to check. Oh yes, transfer news keeps coming, ladies and gentlemen. So another player recently linked with Liverpool was Werder Bremen's Milot Rashica, and we spoke about this guy last night. He has a £31.5 million release clause in his Bremen contract. But interestingly, there's also some reports that suggest that Dortmund have identified him as a potential replacement for Jadon Sancho. So, what do you think here? I mean, we've spoken about this guy last night. I couldn't remember at the time what club he played for, but I knew that we'd been linked with him, or at least the papers had said we'd been looking at him. So, also interesting to hear that Dortmund are looking at him as a replacement for Sancho. So, again, anybody who watches a lot of Bundesliga football might know more about this kid than I do. So, I'd love to know your thoughts on him. So, that again, that's Milot Rashica, who plays for Werder Bremen. Dreamer Cole said, do you think Trent will ever do that quick cross he did against Barca ever again? I don't know, mate, but even if he doesn't, we'll always have that. Always. God bless the ball boy, God bless Trent, and of course, God bless Divock. How do you rate Cantwell when it comes to defensive duties? Hand on heart, Drew? I don't know. I only look at him in bits and pieces. I haven't watched Norwich enough to know about his defensive duties, but I would imagine coming in off that left hand side, if that's where he was to play for Liverpool, he would have to tuck in and provide some cover at times to Robbo. That is a job that our right hand side of midfield has to do, unless of course he's one of the front three, but even then he probably still have to track back. Barry Aiken said Sancho is on his way to Liverpool. What do you think? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? I mean, it's one thing me coming on here and reading you guys the transfer gossip, but at the end of the day, what is realistic and what isn't? Is Jadon Sancho to Liverpool realistic? What do you think? I think it is. I think it will be damn expensive. I think we can afford it. But there's no doubt Klopp likes the kid. He's spoken about it before. I think he's spoken about saying that he looked at him when Manchester City were letting him go. Jamie Carragher rates the kid really, really highly. He reckons we should go and get Werner and Sancho. I'm an optimist with a pessimistic mindset, if that makes any sense. I want Liverpool. I believe that Liverpool are going to do something big this summer. But I've also been hurt by the Fekir situation. I've been hurt by stuff before, and the fact that a lot of our transfers have been players that we haven't really heard too much about. So none of us had a clue about Minamino, and then it happened. None of us had a clue about Fabinho, and then it happened. So these are the types of things that Liverpool have been doing recently. These little under the radar ones. Little bits of stuff happening behind the scenes. But whatever happens in the summer, you can be assured that Liverpool are working on it right now, and probably have been for quite a long time as well. Sancho, Werner, Havertz, all to Liverpool, said Casper. Mbappe 2020, said Keane Joyce. Werner first, then we'll see, said Kay Hanna. And Warren _D_TV said, I feel we need a free kick specialist. We have Trent, mate. We have Trent. But I get where you're coming from. It is nice to have a set piece specialist, alright. What are the chances of signing Sancho? I mean, we should be right in the hunt, mate, without a shadow of a doubt. And we should be very appealing to Jadon Sancho. We could definitely afford his wages. We could afford the transfer fee. I think it comes down to what Jurgen Klopp thinks that we need as a club. One thing I want to reassure everybody of is we're talking about players coming into the club. Well, the most important thing to hear here is, and this has come out loud and clear, Liverpool Football Club will not be selling Mohamed Salah, Bobby Firmino or Sadio Mane this summer. So whatever you hear about players coming in, don't think that it's to replace anybody, because none of the front three are going anywhere. Not this summer, no doubt about it. The club seem to be really, really firm on this. Any business that we do is to add to what we have and not to weaken us. Cape Town Muslim said Werner, just for you, Craig. Werner over Sancho, said PJ Lad. I reckon Havertz over Sancho, will tell you why. With the right coaching, he's a Thomas Muller 3.0. Never mind 2.0, the lad is unique. I don't like Thomas Muller. I've never been a massive fan of Thomas Muller, Jay. I often watch him play and just wonder what the fuck he brings to the German and the Munich team. Yeah, I've never really gotten him, mate. But look, he must do something right. He's been picked long enough for both, so I haven't been a fan of Muller, put it that way. Havertz or Sanchez? Sanchez? Am I losing the plot here? What Sanchez is this, DB? Sorry if I'm just being dumb. Danny Ings over Werner. Werner, obviously. I mean, I wish Danny Ings the best, PJ. I'm glad that he's doing well at Southampton. Interestingly, Boya, so our Leicester City friend, he wouldn't mind a bit of Danny Ings at Leicester, he was saying. Have you seen the Villa games being moved to Sunday, April the 12th? Yes, we spoke about it earlier on, Mark. And just for people who are coming in a little bit late, that hadn't heard about those 3 Liverpool games that have been rescheduled. So the fixtures that have been changed are Manchester City against Liverpool at the Etihad is now April the 5th, Sunday, 4:30pm. Liverpool against Aston Villa at Anfield is now April the 12th, also a Sunday 4:30pm kickoff. And Brighton's game at home against Liverpool is now April the 20th, Monday, 8pm at the Amex Stadium. So again, keep an eye out on those. I think they can all be moved as well if Liverpool get through in the Champions League and the fixture falls on the Tuesday, then maybe the game will be pushed back to the Saturday. And I think the Brighton one has something around something to do with the FA Cup, possible progression there or something like that. So keep an eye on the fixtures, but as things stand, they've all been moved for television purposes. So keep an eye out. How am I tonight? I'm brilliant, thank you, Caden. Really excited, looking forward to the weekend. We're going to be covering the Leicester City versus Manchester City game tomorrow on the channel. But most importantly, and probably, you know I'm going to keep pushing this, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to be sick of listening to me. For those of you that didn't get a gigging, what the hell is gigging? I give up. For those of you that didn't get a chance to watch a little sneak clip from Hot Mike earlier on, check this out and I hope you guys enjoy it. It's only 30 seconds long, but this will give you a little bit of a flavour of what Hot Mike is all about. So here we go.
Go on. Bobby Firmino, edge of the box. Go on. Plays off Sadio Mane. Overlap from Robertson. He doesn't need him! Oh, my God. Another wasted corner.
There we are as well. We dance like finally.
Oh, that's a great challenge.
Oh, well done, Joe.
Oh, Lacazette! Oh, Lacazette!
Go on, Mo. Go on, Mo. Go on. Salah's round the keeper this time. Said you were going to do his hand. Yes! He scored! Come on! Yeah! Sadio Mane! Go!
So get over there, ladies and gentlemen. Get onto your phone or your tablet. Get to the App Store. Put in Hot Mic. Download it. Put in the code Anfield Agenda. All one words. All capital letters. It's the future of fan broadcasting. I'm telling you, get on this. Good little lad, said Azak. Thank you. Thank you very much, mate. It's up on their Instagram account. We pinched it off them with their permission, of course. PJ lads, I just came back from the Rovers match against Cork City. 6-0. Get in. 6-0 that finished up. Wow. Cork have really fallen from grace, PJ, haven't they? Amazing, Craig, said Chief for Sutherland. Classic Keegan Murphy. I'm telling you, I know I keep banging on about Hot Mic, but it is going to be massive. In a year's time, it will be the go-to for all of your fan content needs. So get on there, download the app, put in the code Anfield Agenda, give us a follow, and I want to see those numbers get up. You've always supported us. You've never let us down. We are hammering it on Hot Mic. We are doing really, really well on there. So make sure you get over there and give us a follow. We'll be there tomorrow for the Leicester City game against Man City. On Monday, we'll be doing it as well on here and on there for the Reds game against West Ham. It is class. It is brilliant. There's so many innovations coming on it as well. But But the most important thing is no delay, synced up to your television with your favourite broadcasters, alternative commentary of the games. And it doesn't do just football, it does rugby, it does tennis, it does boxing, it does WWE. It covers everything. It's amazing. Cool shots out. When you blow up on Hot Mic, I can say I was an OG. Yes, you can, mate. Yes, you can. And I'm telling you, I'm so confident that this is going to be a success. The product, I mean. People keep saying how much are they paying you? How much? They're not sponsoring us. I promise you that. We have no deal with Hot Mic other than the broadcaster contract that everybody has with them. But yeah, check it out. It is the future. There's a link in the description below as well. I heard Anfield Agenda mentioned on Redmen News. Cool. I didn't see it or hear it, but cool. Always like to hear our name mentioned anywhere. Should have had the moves out on the ad. I didn't make the ad, mate, but I also haven't had the moves out yet on Hot Mic. And I emphasise the word yet because, you know me, they could come out at any point. Riley said, on a scale of 1 to holy freaking crap, how great is it to be a Reds fan right now? I would say it's, and this is the word I think suits most, mate, stupendous. Stupendous, Riley, is the word that I would go for, being a Liverpool fan right now. Brian said, no more listening to moronic, boring and biased commentators on Sky or BT. Well, I mean, the last part, Brian, you're going to get biased. Especially if you're watching me, you're going to get extremely biased commentary of Liverpool games. Hot Mic is the hottest property. I've already joined, said Casper. Lovely. And don't forget, when we get to 1,000 followers on Hot Mic, we're giving away a €50 Amazon gift card to somebody. Craig, I can't wait for a bit of move action against Atletico. I tell you what, Subi, I hope that there's a need for moves action. I hope that the Reds bang in a couple of goals and Craig can get the old puppies out to play. Anthony Davies said, I think you're a great commentator. Will you keep doing non-Liverpool games on Hot Mic? It's fabulous. Yes, so the only reason that we're doing them on both, mate, so we're always going to do Liverpool watch-alongs on Hot Mic and on YouTube. That's never going to change. But the only reason that we're doing non-Liverpool games at the moment on both is to give people a taste of Hot Mic. So we know that if we do a watch-along of a non-Liverpool game on our channel, people will come and check it out because they're used to the channel. So for us, it's just to try and help ease that transition to get people to give Hot Mic a try. Now, our late night agendas, all of that stuff is always going to be on YouTube. Always, no matter what. And if you don't like Hot Mic or it's not for you, needn't worry. Because we're always going to be putting our content out on YouTube. It's always going to be free, just like Hot Mic is. And yes, free. Free to use. Free for us. Boom. When is it starting? We've already done 5 games on there, mate. 5 games. The next one that we're doing on Hot Mic is tomorrow. We're doing Leicester City against Manchester City. And then on Monday we're doing Liverpool against West Ham. And then we're going to do a Champions League game on Tuesday. And probably a Champions League game on Wednesday as well. So yeah, check it out. Am I King Kong Bundy? No, mate. I'm your dad. Hello, son. Sorry I haven't been around all these years, but I don't like you very much. And I didn't want to be part of your life. So I decided I'd stay here with this family. Be King Kong Bundy. Go on here. Take over YouTube, just so I could get to this point where I'm_live comes on and I can tell him that I don't like you, son. I just don't like you. Soz. What have we got? Well, I hope Liverpool will win, said Dioxide. Score predictions for Leicester City against Manchester City, said Scotty. 2-1 to City or 2-2. One or the other. 2-1 to City or 2-2. Would stream Ireland versus England. I could do it, but I'm not going to. I'm only going to do that one game tomorrow. So this is the last late night agenda, by the way, until Monday. So there'll be no more Liverpool content coming out on the channel until Monday, because I'm going to take Sunday off and spend it with the family. And tomorrow we're just going to be doing the game over on Hot Mic and YouTube, the Leicester City game. So look, I hope you'll join us for that. We're going to do another 15 minutes or so on tonight's stream, ladies and gentlemen. So anything that you want to talk about, bang it into the chat. If you haven't signed up to become a member of Anfield Agenda yet, then I'll wait here. Oh, you still haven't signed up? Don't worry, I'm in no rush. Join button, it's just up there. Link in the description. Yeah, no, it is. 99p. There you go. Right, ladies and gentlemen, what have we got? Leicester to beat City 3-2, Sadine Greenstreet. Azek, we don't want that in the chat, mate. Well in, John. We don't want that type of stuff in there. And well in, Tom, as well. What's your prediction for the big fight? Oh, do you know what? I know it will be easy for me to say Wilder needs to keep him at distance, or Fury needs to keep him at distance, avoid Deontay Wilder's right hand. But I wonder if is Fury real in coming out and saying that he's going to try and knock him out? Because I kind of agree with Wilder that I haven't seen much real knockout power from Tyson Fury over the years. He's an unbelievable boxer. His footwork, his ring generalship for a heavyweight is unbelievable. So it's one of those fights that, as proved in the last one, will go right to the end. I can't see Fury knocking him out, but I can't see him allowing himself to get hit by that right hand again. So I'm going to go boring and go Tyson Fury on points. But Wilder does have knockout one-punch power in that right hand without a shadow of a doubt. It's intriguing, and I will be staying up late to watch that fight tomorrow without a shadow of a doubt. Dave Sweeney signed up. I know you have, Dave. Thank you. As has Scotty, Rachel, all members of the channel. Dave Sweeney's a member, as I said. Yeah, everyone that signed up. Stephen Booker as well. What time does the fight start? I think ring walk will be sometime around 4:30 a.m. Around that, though. So don't take, maybe it depends on how the undercard goes. But keep an eye on it. Wilder on cuts. So you reckon that the Otto Wallen cut that's on Tyson Fury's eye is going to open up again? I was thinking about that. Intriguing, yeah, because it was a really bad cut, that one that he suffered against Otto Wallen, and a lot of people believe that that fight could have been stopped. Chief Sutherland said, any other signings in the work around the league? Loads, but too many for me to keep up to date with from a non-Liverpool perspective. I mean, alone tonight on the stream, mate, we've talked about Cantwell, we've talked about Werner, Sancho, Mbappe. We haven't actually spoken about Havertz on tonight's stream. We spoke about Jack Grealish. We spoke about, who was the other kid? Talesh Magno, a striker from Vasco da Gama. We spoke about Rashika from Werder Bremen. So yeah, we've gone through a lot on the stream. Ian said, signed at Hot Mic and I'll be a member of YouTube very soon. Boom. Thank you for the support, mate. Really appreciate it. Craig, Mila is class. Look at his stats in a struggling team. He's been exceptional for them and will provide great cover for Mane. He's from Kosovo like me. As I mentioned a little bit earlier on, Yibber, sounds better though. Yibber, there is a lot of talk that Milo Rashica is being looked at by Borussia Dortmund as a potential replacement for Jadon Sancho, who's most likely going to move on in the summer. Cape Town Muslim said, off-topic thoughts on Lee Evans. He's a master of the physical art of comedy, mate, but he's not my cup of tea. But I do appreciate why people love him. He's just not my personal type of comedian. I'm more of a I'm more of a fucked up style of comedian. So for me, like Frankie Boyle, Dave Chappelle, Joe Rogan, they're more up my kind of alley. Really messed up, crazy comedians that say the type of dark shit that we're all really thinking. They're my style of comedians, really. James Maddison or Jack Grealish said Connor Williams. I think Grealish. I would have said Maddison at the end of the season, or at the start of the season, excuse me, but after seeing the performances of Grealish this season, I'd probably pinch Grealish. Thoughts on Osherman links? Haven't seen them. Buy it, mate, but please give me more info. You know me, mate, I love a transfer story. 771 who have signed up on Hot Mic. I think you've got that wrong, mate. I think it's 717. Get me all excited there, mate. Yeah, it's 717 who have signed up on Hot Mic. Christ, I was all excited there for a second. I thought that more of you guys had gone over there and downloaded the app. So what are we away? 283 new followers on Hot Mic away from giving away that Amazon gift card. So again, go over there, download the app, put in the code. Craig, to be honest, I think we should keep Karius as a second choice and just never play him. But in all honesty, he's a good shot stopper. No. Not for me, Subi. I mean, no. Every time that dude touches the ball, there's going to be tremendous pressure on him. You can't forget what happened. As much as I don't want to assign any blame over what happened, I think too much has gone under, mate. Too much has happened. I mean, I think we need to move Karius back on if he comes in. Yeah, I just don't see it, mate. I think that ship has sailed, if I'm being honest. What's the code? Anfield Agenda, Yibber. All one word, all capital letters. Anfield Agenda. It is there on the screen, right in front of you, buddy. Hot mic. No to Karius, said Ibrahim. Nope, said Keegan Murphy as well. Don't even say the word Karius. Bad luck. Shame on you, said Drew McLaren. And Patbot has put a direct link there to Hot Mic. And the beauty of that link that Patbot's put in there now is that'll give you the access to either the Google Play Store or the Apple Store. So boom, or the App Store, whatever you want to call it. Grealish or Neves. Two different styles of players. Neves should be playing a little bit deeper than Jack Grealish. So I would take Grealish because I think he's more what we need right now than Ruben Neves. But again, Neves is a really tidy footballer. Owen Wharton said, I'm not confident for the Champions League second leg. If there's anyone who can grind out a result, it's Atletico. Yeah, I get you. But away from home, they have crumbled before in the Champions League. And I think as much as they'll say that they won't let the atmosphere at Anfield get to them and that they've played in cauldrons of atmosphere before, I believe that we'll get the job done come hell or high water. I would go for a 3-1 win on the night for the Reds, or a really nervy 2-0. But I think we will get the job done come hell or high water. I think this team just has that about them, and I actually don't think that Atletico are that good. I know that sounds harsh since they beat us, and deservedly beat us. There's not enough there to scare me. I mean, we couldn't break them down at the Wanda Metropolitano, but I think we will at Anfield, and if we pinch a goal in the first half, then it'll be game on. And let's not forget, we're well and truly capable of keeping a clean sheet as well and winning that game 1-0 and seeing what happens then in extra time. Yibber just signed up. You're a gent, mate. Thank you. I've heard there's a bus welcome already planned. I'm sure that there is, Scotty. And if you guys seen the welcome actually at the Atleti game, it was great. The welcome to the bus that they had, the pyros and all that, it looked great, but wouldn't be what I called intimidating. But it was class. Like, it was really good to see. Derek reckons 3-0 to the Reds for the return leg against Atletico. And again, for those tuning in a little bit late, Jordan Henderson has unfortunately been ruled out for around 3 weeks with a hamstring injury, which puts him on a massive doubt for that game against Atleti, the return leg. You can never ban me, you testicle head. I can do what the fuck I want, mate. Or, Keane, I could just sit here and tear shreds off you for the next 20 minutes because I've got a microphone and I can talk quicker than your stupid ass can type on a keyboard. That being said, testicles have hair, mate. I have no hair. Maybe because your balls haven't dropped yet, Keane, and you haven't got hair on them, because I'm guessing you're probably 7 or 8. I won't really have too much of a dig at you, mate, but of course we can ban you. We can ban you 10 times quicker than you can make another account, princess. So you keep going ahead and wasting your time there, Keane. Make a new account. Coming back in, buddy. We'll give you a little hello and then we'll boot your ass straight back out of here. What have we got? I'd rest Mo and play Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in that role, then bring Mo on second half against Atletico, said John Hamilton. What have we got? Stephen Booker said testicle head, an insult from a 5-year-old. I genuinely think that's a first, though. I mean, of all the shit that I've been called, I think testicle head, it might be a first. But that would make me one ball, mate. And I promise you, I've got 2 of these big Irish balls, not just the one. Ibrahim, read my comment. I've literally read fucking loads of your comments, buddy. And yeah, I don't do too well with being told what to do, Ibrahim. You should know that now, mate. Plus, you know, feel free to super chat, Ibrahim. Feel free to sign up as a member and make your comments easier to see with those beautiful Anfield Agenda member emojis. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and all that jazz. We need a strong number 2, so it's important to have another competitive keeper. I wonder, Randy, how much of this stuff around Ergücan Kikir from Trabzonspor is true. So there was varying articles out over the last couple of days. Some saying that we're actually sending scouts to look at Ergücan Kikir play against Besiktas for Trabzonspor at the weekend. And then another report came out that said that the €30 million asking price that Trabzonspor are looking for Kikir has put Liverpool off, and that they've no interest or no intention of spending that much on a keeper to come in as backup to Alisson Becker. So I don't know, Randy, mate. I still think there's more legs to this Kikir story, if I'm being honest. But then again, a lot depends on Adrian. I mean, the stories are that Adrian could potentially go back to Real Betis. because he wants game time. So if that's the case, then we will need to bring in a backup keeper. But if we don't, then probably no need to bring one in. Drew Branch said signed. I hope that's the hot mic, mate. If so, well done. What about Fructy? Don't know who he is. Or Fructal. I don't know who he is. Donald. Sorry, that one's gone straight over my head, my friend. But as always, I'm happy to be educated, mate. So please do let me know. Dave Sweeney said that Letty will just try and hold out, but the boys will tear them apart, and corners and free kicks will be a big part of the game. LFC Sean. Loving the Premier League emoji, mate. Well in. Uncle Fester or Testicle Head. Uncle Fester. Weirdly, do you know, my mum remarried before she died, and her husband actually called me Uncle Fester once, but I was like much heavier back then. So a massive fuck you to him as well. But yeah, I've heard Uncle Fester loads. Human Thumb, that's another one that I've heard, of course. The White Malteser, Testicle Head, Egg, Dara O'Brien, a B-Tech Michael Van Geerwen, a Bateson lookalike. I mean, I've heard them all at this point, and hey, what can you say? I like a bit of trolling. I don't mind it. I'm big and ugly enough to take it. Would you take Pavard? Didn't he just move last summer or something like that, mate? Am I right in thinking that he moved? And if he did, would he make another move that quickly, or am I mistaken? The Diet Cokes are paying off, said Keegan. See? The drink of champions, mate, as I've said. Right, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it a night, but before I do, just a reminder, this is the last late night agenda stream before the Reds game against West Ham on Monday at Anfield. We will be doing a watch-along tomorrow of Leicester City versus Manchester City on the channel, and of course over on Hot Mic. Make sure to download the app, put in the code Anfield Agenda, all one word. If you haven't seen the little clips that we played from Hot Mic earlier on, maybe zoom back to the start of the stream. But again, thank you for your support. We want to become the number one on Hot Mic, but we need your support, ladies and gentlemen, to do it. So make sure you download that app and put in the code Anfield Agenda. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys tomorrow for the Leicester Manchester City game. And if you're not joining us for that one, the next time I'll be talking to you wonderful people will be Monday night for the Reds game against West Ham at Anfield. Enjoy your weekends, whatever you're doing. If you're watching football, enjoying the rugby, whatever it is, I wish you and your families all the best. Thank you as always for your love and support, and I will talk to you guys soon. Up the Reds!